cluster member was the default. The other one said no, because maintain current active cluster member is the default. So the answer is no, it won't come back up to active because the default setting on here is the first one. Just remember to maintain the current active cluster member is the default setting here. So normally if your one was active, it went down. When it comes back up, it's just going to come back up to from down to standby, just like what we've been seeing on as we've been running. Okay. All right. So the last thing we need to get into then is just a very simple item, a very simple command. It's called cpview. All right. So this is chapter 9, and like I say, with chapter 9, there's two parts of it. One is to look at the compliance view, which we already did the first thing this morning. Now the second item is the cpview command. So I'm going to log back into the let's see, A-Gateway 1 is my active one now, because I failed over 2. So 10.1.1.2. And I'll make this a little larger again. It's hard to move, not that way. Come on. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is it's just a command. It's a very simple command. It's called cpview, all right? cpview. And when we run that, here, I'll actually make my box a little larger here too. But it's a very impressive command to run, all right? It's just 7 little letters, but there's so much that you can do with it, all right? So this is just, you get a date and time stamp up here, and then this is your, I guess, like a menu across here, and then this is your output down here. So just for the cpview overview, we see that we've got 4 CPUs running here. How much of them is used? Again, what our memory is, our network bits per second, disk space, partition settings, things like that. All right. So now, as I move across here, if I move into system info, and this tells me on Gaia 64-bit, it's in cluster. The cluster status is active. I've got cell instances. Again, what that means is on my 4-core processor, I've got firewalls running on 3 of the core instances. The 4th one is a network distributor. It forwards the traffic to whichever one of the firewall instances is least busy there. Here's my system uptime, the last policy installed, the policy name. The hardware model is just open server. Oh, you know what? We still never did get into SmartView Monitor. So we'll do this, and then we'll get into SmartView Monitor. I just happened to see that down here on System Info where it was talking about the SAM information down here. So we never did do that. Here under Network, this is traffic. Here's your interfaces. Now there's a sub-menu under this menu, Overview and Traffic, all right? There's your top protocols, your top connections. When I click on cpview, again, here's top protocols. Under top protocols, there's all instances or instances, firewall instance 0. So again, you can see how this just goes down deeper and deeper and deeper here, all right? Software blades, I think I had the VPN blade enabled, 17 decrypted packets. I do have some current security associations, so maybe I could still go ahead and open that up. We could see. We didn't have threat emulation, content awareness. I don't think I did the content awareness on the software blade. That's about the only software blade I've got going. Down here under the advanced, again, here's the here's memory, all the kernel memory and everything. HMEM, here's the network information, Secure XL, all the accelerated packets here, the connections created, Cluster XL, Core XL, instances. So again, just all these submenus under there. All right. So you can see it just goes down deeper, deeper, deeper. Now, if I want to, this is going to change every minute up here, and if I want to, I can take a picture of this page. Say that there's something there's something funny there's something funny going on with the firewall. I can't figure out what it is exactly. Is this something that's been going on for a while, or is it something that just started? You know, so there's something on here, and I just want to capture this page right here. So what I do is I just hit Shift and C. So basically it's a capital C. I hit Shift and capital C. Now if I quit here, go mode, I need to run a command, a Linux command. I'm in my home admin. If I run ls, there's the cpview 8081 cat 0. So that's the picture that I just took. So if I cat that file, cat my CPV and hit tab and enter, see that there's the picture that I just took. That's the capture that I took before. All right. And I'm back here, down here in my expert mode. There's another thing that you can do. I can run a history on this. Now we haven't been running history, but history, you can turn your history on and it'll collect this information. It'll collect it every minute. It'll save the data every minute, and it'll save all that information for 30 days. Okay. So say I did a CPView -T for what is today, July the 10th. So if I went in 08, July 2019 at 2019 at 1300 hours. Okay. So that'll take me back to July the 8th at 1300 hours. Now, right now, it's just everything's just going to be NA because we didn't have history running. But again, you know, I can say, okay, well, was this doing this yesterday? Was it what I'm seeing today? Was it doing the same thing 2 days ago? Was it doing it a week ago? And in fact, you can even come in here, and since it saves every minute, I can hit the plus sign up here and see how I'm going up 1301, 1302, 1303, or I can hit the minus sign and take it back down here. All right. So again, if you had your history running, you'd be able to go in and take a look at that. All right. So again, I think it's a very interesting command, and this is actually how we used to end up the R77 the same way, just looking at the CPView command. To exit out of it, you just hit Q for quit, and that'll take you out of it. All right. Let's look at let's go back and take a look at our Smart View monitor, because we never did do that. I said we'd wait until we got the VPN set up, then we never did do that. So again, the way to get to that is just go to the logs and monitor, and then go to the new tab here. And it's going to be down here in Tunnel and User Monitoring. And it's going to bring up one of the old style consoles. We'll see that pop up here in a minute. Like I say, I imagine our VPN is gone. I might have to set that up again. let's see here. So again, you can see this information. It's a lot like the information that we have now in our gateways and servers, right? But we've got our different firewall objects set up here. That down here in the summary down below, we can see this type of information. Again, in the cluster XL, it's high availability, active up, and this is the member state is active. Again, you can kind of drill down here and get some more information about the status. The member status is good. The synchronization, the different daemons running here are in good shape. Here's the interface table where everything is up. Again, the trusted interface is our sync. The 10 dot is our sync interface there. To get back to home, you just press the little home up here. And again, we can look at the ASMS. We can look at the A Gateway 2. We can look at some of the system counters now. I don't know if it's VPN history. Will that show us anything? See, again, it says select the gateway. So if we didn't have monitoring set on our gateway, that wouldn't show up. Okay, so this is when we had this is the CPU usage. Okay, that's not really showing too much right there. What else can we look at? What about the traffic? Maybe that's better. Top destinations on A Gateway 1. That's been our active one. And see, it'll say whichever query I did here, it'll save that over here. All right, so now you see this is the bar graph for A Gateway 01 for top destinations. And it's kind of building this as we go. You see what it's doing here. The ASMS to the B Gateway. Some of these other sites there. So that this is the bar graph. Again, up here is the line view. The line view sometimes it gets kind of whacked out. It keeps building as it goes across, but you can see it extends clear out beyond, and with all the different colors, it's kind of hard to make anything out. All right. Here's the pie chart. So you can do a pie chart view of some different things. Again, it just keeps building as it goes. So that's why again why we select monitoring on the actual firewalls and set that blade in place so that we can look at those items here. Now I mentioned the SAM. If we come up here to the launch menu and drop down and come down here into tools, here's the suspicious activity rules. All right. So under the suspicious activity rules, the SAM, I can click the add. And I can apply this on all the security gateways, or say we've got somebody coming into our B gateway for some reason, and it's some source IP address, whatever it is. We can put that in here. If it's for a specific service that they're trying to scan us with or something, you can set up the expiration date. By default, it's set up just to last an hour. But you can just set it to expire in the next 10 minutes or the day or week, or you can set it to never expire there. Okay. So again, at this point, I can click it to enforce it. And this doesn't require, I can do this at any time, all right? It's not going to affect the firewall usage or anything like that. It's not like pushing a policy on the firewall where you have to have a maintenance window. You can enforce the suspicious activity, the SAM at any time. Okay, so I wanted to bring that up. Let's see. Let's take a look at our tunnels. I don't think we'll see anything here. So the tunnels on the community, it's going to say select a community. The only community is my intranet. Oh, it is still up. Okay, interesting. That's still up. Tunnels on gateway. We'll pick the A Gateway cluster. That'll show us a little more information. Okay, try that again. Add A Gateway cluster. Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, we'll try it on the B Gateway. Okay. So this is from oh yeah, that's right. I did the tunnel from the B Gateway to the A Gateway It is still up. That's kind of interesting. There's the peer IP information, the source IP information, and information across there. Okay. So again, once this is all, once you've done a query up here, it just stays. I can come back here and look at the tunnels on my intranet. I can come back here and look at the top destinations. You know, I can come back here and look at VPN history. All right. So I did want to make sure we did take a look at that, and we took a look at how to set up the suspicious activity monitoring there. This users, one of the questions asked about a user. So where would you do that? And that would just be here under the remote users or Checkpoint mobile users. And we don't have any remote users, so nothing's going to pop up in there. But if we did, that's where you would take a look at that. All right. So anyway, that's pretty cool. That's the SmartView Monitor. But again, you can see just in our regular Smart Console, in the gateways and servers, we've incorporated a lot of that in. Up here and down here with the device and license information. See, they've incorporated a lot of that into here now. So hopefully, as more versions come out, more and more will be unified into the Smart Console. Okay, so now we just have a few more slides. Then this will wrap up our slides on the CP view. We'll wrap that up. That starts on 285. Where is it? Okay, CP view 285. Okay, so now these are some different commands again that you can run with the CP view. I ran the CP view -T. This shows month and day and year. I did day and month and year. It does the same thing there. It doesn't really matter which way you do that. This is where you run your CP view on or the history off. And once the history is on, like I say, it'll save all the data every minute, and it'll save it. You can go back 30 days. That okay. Something else for the refresh rate. The default is 2 seconds. You can do CP view with a capital R to change the refresh rate if you want to. The P pauses it, the capital P pauses it, the small P prints the statistics out to the screen. Getting tired by the end of the day. So here's what we did, where I just kind of clicked through it. This is called the navigation bar across here, and I called it a menu, but they call it a navigation bar. This is your date and time header, and down here is the output view. All right. Using the CP view for troubleshooting live performance issues and investigating the history of a machine's behavior. The collected data is displayed in a variety of views. The main daemon is the CP view D. And again, here they're just going to kind of click through just like I did. Here's the system info, the network information, CPU, software blades, and some of the advanced settings. Okay. Then again, there's under this there's menus, then there's sub-menus and sub-menus underneath all of that. So okay, so chapter 9.2 is working with CP view. So just to recap chapter 9, so this talks about the best practice scores. Again, this goes back to looking at our compliance view this morning when we took a look at that. And you remember that each practice is scored on a scale of 0 to 100. And to have that green bar to be ranked secure, it has to be scored at 100%. Anything less than 100%, 99% would only be good, okay? 76 to 99 is good, 51 to 75 is medium, 0 to 50 is poor. And then there's also the not applicable if you don't have those blades enabled. Which key is used to save the current CPView page to a file? That's the capital C, the Shift key. We'll save that to a file. Then you can just it's in the home admin directory there, and so you can just go into expert mode and then go down to that directory and then just cat that. Then you can look at the files, do your LS and look at the files, and then whichever one you want to bring up, you can just cat that file and it'll bring it up then. Okay, and that's all the slides. We went through 297 slides, so congratulations. It's a lot of slides to go through, but you made it, and appreciate that. So that's the end of the slideshow. Let's go ahead, if you want to finish up with that, with the CPView lab. That's going to be lab, it's the last one, lab 9.2. Here's the CPView. That's going to be on page 678. All right, so, and again, you're just on page 678. You're just going to kind of click through it a little bit. A Gateway 1, remember A Gateway 1 is 10.1.1.2, all right, and you'll just run the CPView command. To exit out of this, you'll just, again, just arrow, just click through these. They want you to compare some, if you want to, it brings up the information here. Then you can come back over here and compare it with the information over here in the Smart Console. Go down to the summary information, and there's that. You can kind of compare those two, all right? There's the traffic interfaces here with the traffic that you've got up here on the CPView. Change the refresh rate. Again, that's the CPView with the capital R. We'll change the refresh rate, and you'll set it to 1 second. Remember, the default is 2 seconds, so when you type in 1, it's going to refresh itself every 1 second. You press Q to quit the CPView. You're on CPView-T and put the timestamp in there. Run CPView on A Gateway 1 to review statistics. Again, you're just kind of browsing through there. You press capital C to save it to a file, press Q to quit. And again, you have to go into expert mode to type your LS. You're already in your home admin by default where the file is. So you just type your LS and you'll see the CPView file there, capture. You just cat with the file name and it'll bring it back up that page. And that's the end of the lab 9.2. There's the review questions. And then at the end of your student guide, then here's the answers to all the different questions that we looked at. All right. So go ahead. I've got 3:23. Let's just go ahead and take a little bit of time. Say we'll meet back at 3:45. Okay, does that sound good? And then at 3:45, finish by 3:45 p.m. Central Time, and then we'll have our course wrap up. And review and any questions you've got, okay?